Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back for UFRL. And here we go again. It's round 9, and it is the 100% tier. 19 drivers on show tonight. Sadly, not the full 20, but 19 is good enough, I suppose. Right then, let's go into that driver list. I will go back onto it now, so you can all have a look. There is just a one driver missing, and it will be Mano, but the rest is correct. So in the Red Bull, we have Beast alongside PRV, Widget, and all Tier 3 lineup there. The Mercedes looking quite strong in the form of WBA Brewdog and Algerie, both Tier 2 drivers. Brewdog, I believe he was in Tier 3, wasn't it, last season? I think he won that one as well. So very strong driver, Brewdog. He had been in Tier 2 previously as well, and is a Tier 2 race winner from a few seasons ago in Season 3. In the Aston Martin, Elise Christie and Hybrid. Hybrid, again, a very strong driver in Tier 2. Tends to have very strong qualifying pace, sadly tends to be inconsistent during the races. In the McLaren, it is Speedy Bullet, and alongside him will be Danny Din. Haven't yet seen Danny, I don't think. I think we saw him maybe in the international tier. I can't quite recall. But Speedy Bullet we have seen on a few occasions, that's for sure. In the Ferrari, it's SR Racing alongside Doug. Again, an all Tier 3 lineup. Both drivers have had chances to step into Tier 2 over previous seasons in the form of this season for SR Racing as well. So both are very much competitive drivers. Doug would have been in with a chance of a title had he been able to race every week, but sadly he has missed the majority of the season. And then in the Alpine, it's Coffee alongside Dom. Coffee finished third in Tier 2 last season. He's in Tier 1 this season, and it will be a debut for Dom in the other Alpine car. So that is the first of 3 debutants tonight. Then we line up in the Williams with Rusted Bolt and Black Panther. Black Panther, again, is a Tier 2 race winner this season. He's made the move straight up to Tier 1, and we'll be looking forward to seeing what he can do. Hopefully, he's racing on Monday night. Whereas Rusted Bolt, known as Mr. Consistent, ahead of a lineup tonight. Hazer and Mano line up in the AlphaTauri. Again, very strong in that one. Hazer is he leading the championship at Tier 1? I think he is, and also I think he's leading the 100% Tier Championship. So Hazer will be right up there. Mr. Poem and Merck line up in the Alfa Romeo. Mr. Poem is the reigning Tier 1 champion. Merck is the reigning 100% Tier champion. Mr. Poem also won the international tier last season. So both lining up together is very intriguing to see. And then you got Lynx and Big Cactus lining up in the Haas. Big Cactus, a debut for him as well. Mano, oh yeah, just remember Mano is not racing. So it's just Hazer in the AlphaTauri. But now we have just started in quali. So therefore, with that in mind, let's send you straight over to the grid. So good evening then to Doug, to Kidney, and to Bucky. Hello, Bucky. Wow, I have not seen you in a while. I hope you're doing good. And here we go again. There's a few drivers just taking to the track then. And let's get a full track map up as Link's Peace will be amongst the first. You've got Black Panther going through as well. You've got Hazer and Elise Christie all taking to the track early doors. But I believe Link's Peace looks like he may just be the first. Big Cactus as well. Be interesting to see what he can do. I've been told he is amongst the quicker drivers in Tier 1. So it'll be interesting to see Big Cactus in that car. But Link's Peace will be the one to watch straight off the bat then. And here we go. Sector 2 split time 51.5 for Link's Peace. And he is continuing to push through the field. Feel free to let me know if the sound is all okay. Hopefully it is. Alright, here we go then, through with Link's Peace. And this will be a big opportunity for him. And it will be in the 113s, just about a 113, 137 for Link's Peace. And it will put him P1 for now, but with cars coming through, including the AlphaTauri of Hazer. And he goes with a 113.0 and does go quickest. So it's Hazer from Lynx, 1/10 of a second between them. Thank you, Bucky. Yeah, all good, thanks. Oh, you've not been playing F1? Oh, no, that's not good. Nah, glad you've had a new baby boy. Hope that's all going good. Good old fatherhood, hey. But yeah, hopefully at some point you can get back into F1 racing because I know you're a very good driver. So fingers crossed that can happen at some point soon. Black Panther and Alessi Christie have also kick-started lap times, P3 and P4 for them. Black Panther within 4/10 of a second of Hazer. As Priv Widget as well going round, and we'll just have a little watch. I think Big Cactus is here, but he's only about to start a lap. He's also gone for the mediums, 15.9 for Big Cactus on those medium tyres without any battery. Decent. Oh, it's the Red Bull of Beast has gone quickest, a 1:12.5. I have to admit, I was not anticipating that. His teammate Widget goes across the line. It's a 1:13.5. Beast is half a second clear at the top of the standings. What is going on? Incredible lap time from the Dutchman to go P1. Remarkable stuff. Let's drop down the field again. Dom, one of the debutants tonight, pushing through in the Alpine. Gone over to ACC. Oh. I mean, I do think the game is better this year in terms of the handling, in all fairness. But it still has this sort of the bugs and all that go along with the EA games, I suppose. But I did actually give ACC a go, I've got to admit. Wasn't particularly keen. Dom then goes 7th fastest, and we're going to drop down again, have a little look. Mr. Poem just into Sector 1 now. And then have a look at the Aston Martin of Hybrid, his teammate coming through, and you've got Brewdog just starting a lap. So the majority have just started lap times, and a lot of them heading around Sector 1 and into Sector 2 now. But yeah, I wasn't too keen on ACC personally. But there you go, I've got to say, Beast, wow. That is a lap. I mean, hopefully he's feeling quite strong around here, because it would be nice to see a very good display from Beast. Fingers crossed, this might be the night where Beast comes to life. Let's go back towards Dom, and he's not quite on a lap. Alessi Christie, is he on a lap? Well, I don't believe he is. And Danny Din, not many of these on a lap. Coffee, we did actually improve in Sector 1, but he has calmed it down through Sector 2. So again, not pushing on. Mr. Poem now going to the line. It's only P10, but that was without the aid of ERS as well. And now he's pushing on through into Sector 1. And there was an improvement there from Hybrid. He goes into the top 8 with a 1:13.6. We'll just see now his teammate Alessi Christie gaining by a 1/10 of a second. So we'll stick with him, as I do believe there was a Mercedes of Brewdog to go 9th fastest. And Alessi Christie stays in the top 10 with a bit of an improvement. 1:14.6 and for Alessi Christie, sticking his Aston Martin in that top 10. And Mr. Poem pushing on, improving by about a second through the Sector 1 split time. And then you've got Merck further down as well. Still quite surprising that both of them have managed to be teammates. I think, is that the first time ever, maybe in UFRL, where we've had both Mr. Poem and Merck on the same team? Mr. Poem improving now by 1.9 seconds. Watch this Alfa Romeo come through. He may be pushing for a pole lap here. Hazer did also improve a 1:12.6, so he's about 1.5 away from the pace of Beast. But here comes Mr. Poem, then round the bends. Formerly, of course, was a chicane. But here you go, Poem goes 4th fastest. It's a 1:13.1, just behind Link's Piece by a few hundredths of a second. And again, we'll have a little watch as Hybrid goes into the pit lane. Got to be careful on the entrance to that pit lane. I'm unsure. I don't know if anybody knows, but has that bump been removed? I think it was, wasn't it? They moved the bump to the actual track. Make that make sense. But they did actually move it. But there was a bump sort of just before the pit lane before. But they decided to move it to the track. Makes perfect sense, doesn't it? But anyways, let's have a look here with Doug, as he has yet to use any of his battery, and he will be coming across the line now. It's a 14.6, a decent lap without battery, just behind Alessi Christie there, but several drivers yet to put in a competitive lap time for us to see. So Brewdog, Big Cactus and SR Racing as well, opting for the medium compound of tyre. As Merck, goes 3rd fastest. So the Alfa Romeos are flying a 1:12.8 for Merck, one of the title contenders in the 100% tier this season. And he's now got himself onto the second row, and he will be joined by Speedy Bullet, who goes fourth fastest, a 1:12.9, and it's the fourth driver to also get a sub 1:13. So a very good lap there from the McLaren to go into that position. Don't forget, realistic cars as well, so it's not a balanced way effectively, but it's to balance out the grid, because you've got a mixture of tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3 drivers in here, and you've also got some from the international tier as well. Link's piece is just around at the moment, so he'll be getting a lap in. Big Cactus, I do believe he improved, and he improved by 7/10 of a second. Only 15th fastest, but again, he's on the medium tyres, and it's a 1:15.2 for him. Let's go back towards Doug. He also just finished the lap, I believe. Put himself into the top 10. PRV Widget in the Red Bull just ahead. Black Panther is coming round. He's improving by 4/10 of a second. So we'll stick here with the Williams. Former Tier 2 driver making his way into Tier 1 now. And Black Panther with a 1:12.8 in the Williams goes third fastest. And that's pretty much why he's in Tier 1 now. But an excellent lap there from the Williams as he moves out of the way of his teammate. Doesn't want to give Russell Bolt any slipstream. Interestingly, but there you go. Russell Bolt does go through, and he is on a hot lap himself. Let's go back then as Beast is pushing on. The current pole sitter. Not a name that you would expect to be challenging for pole round here. I've got to say Beast, but he is on one tonight. Might have to check. Might have to do some drug testing at this rate, because crikey, that is a lap. But he's not improving. Losing out by 3.5 through the Sector 2 split time, Beast. But he could be one to watch. Hazer will definitely be one to watch. A 1:12.6 still for him, but he is now pushing on. Will be interesting to see what his Sector 1 split time will be like, and we'll just stick with the AlphaTauri. And it is not an improvement, losing 0.2 of a second. Black Panther just finished his lap. We've got the Alfa Romeos all around there. PRV Widget improved by 0.5 second to put his Red Bull in 7th place, a 13.0 for him. And then you've got Dom just coming up to the Sector 1 line right now. He's improving by about 1/10 of a second. He's in P12 because Russell Bolt goes 8th fastest with a 1:13.008. And he is just under 0.2 away from his teammate, Black Panther, who is in 4th place because Link's Piece now has split Beast and Hazer. And Link's Piece goes 2nd fastest, a 1:12.615 for the Haas driver. But definitely looking like the two Red Bulls are competitive around here. Hazer just leading up to the line, not improving. He lost by 0.2 of a second there. Maybe has one more go at it for Hazer, but just over 6 minutes to go. He could definitely get round for one more lap once he gets into the pit lane. But that'll be interesting to see. Link's Piece will be threatening for pole. Not really too surprised at some of these names that are up there, in all fairness. The one real shock for me is Beast. And what a brilliant job he has done. Russell Bolt in P8, Dom P9. He did improve actually by about 0.5 second. There's also an improvement from Brewdog. And the Mercedes goes 7th fastest. Former Tier 2 driver, of course. Back in Tier 2 this season after being in Tier 3 last season. And there you go, P7 for the Mercedes. And any other drivers on a lap at the moment, Mr. Poem just through the Sector 1 split, but not on a hot lap, as he's not using up his battery in a hybrid as well. Let's just see what the Aston Martin is just doing right now. I think, is he on a lap? Well, he's using up some of his battery, I do believe. So this may be a hot lap here from the Aston Martin. We'll just keep watch of it. SR Racing also on a lap not too far behind. Just waiting for that Sector 2 split. Gaining by 0.2 of a second hybrid through the Sector 2 split time. But never mind, because he's had a spin. So the Aston Martin will not be improving. And there you go. You could argue Russell Bolt, Mr. Consistent Hybrid, could be argued as Mr. Inconsistent. Sadly. But he is a quick driver, Hybrid. If he was able to get it all together, keep his focus in the races, avoid the mistakes that he does unfortunately make, he could easily be a title contender in Tier 2, if we're being honest. Going by pure race pace, or pure quali pace. His one lap pace, it tends to be very strong. SR Racing then did finish a lap 15.3 on the medium tyres. We've got 4.5 minutes remaining in qualifying, and it is Beast with a 1:12.5 as the driver to beat. Thank you for the follow, Anthony. Hope you're doing good. Feel free to type in any comments and whatnot, as SR Racing looked like he was going for a dip in the sand, but clearly not. And we will move back up then towards Doug, improving through the Sector 1 split by just under a tenth of a second. So let's see what the Ferrari can do as teammate SR Racing is further up the field. And the Red Bull moves out the way. 4 minutes to go now in qualifying. And we're getting to the nitty-gritty part of the stage here at the Spanish Grand Prix. And Doug is ploughing his way through now into the Sector 2 split. And let's see if Doug continues his improvement. Yes, he does. Half a second up now, Doug. This will be a good lap time. It should get him well below that 1:13 mark. Can he contest the top 3 runners who seem to be clear of the rest of the pack here? Beast, Lynx Piece and Hazer. And now here comes Doug. That Ferrari looking quick. And how quick would it be? It's 13.1. He did lose time through Sector 3, but he's still P11. With 3 minutes to go, does he have enough time to get back round the track and into the pits and then back out? Not too sure he does. That may be it now for Doug in qualifying. So Speedy Bullet currently in P6. Let's just see what he can do. In that McLaren, he is pushing on now through the Sector 1 split. A minor improvement by 0.03 of a second for Speedy Bullet. So we'll have to keep watch of him, and Beast as well up ahead. Is he on a lap? He is pushing on as well. So the Red Bull P1 for UFRL Beast. I mean, the longer I say it, I've got to admit, a remarkable effort so far from him. Can he keep it up? Here we go through the Sector 2 split time. Oh, not improving. What about Speedy Bullet? Didn't quite catch it whether he was improving. We're going to go back to Beast though. The man leading this qualifying session. I don't know if he's ever got a UFRL pole. But this may be a chance for him. Would he improve? Yes, he does! Oh my goodness gracious! A 1:12.3 from Beast. He absolutely annihilates that lap. And wow, what an effort. And Speedy Bullet retires in the pit lane. So he will not... Is that in the pit lane or is that on track? That might be on track, you know, from Speedy Bullet there. Interesting. There's also an Aston Martin off track as well. But wow, that is an improvement there from Beast. There was also an improvement, I think, from Coffee, who goes into the top 5. And it's a 1:12.8 for Coffee, then the Dutchman, who is up there flying high from Tier 1. And there is a Aston Martin just getting through as well. When will the checkered flags be out? I'm sure it will be very soon. We've got 1 minute to go, just over. And Brewdog not improving, but he's not on a hot lap. Rusted Bolt is on a hot lap. Minor improvement through Sector 1. Is he trying to recover that battery though? I think he may be. So he's recovering his battery now. And Dom improving by half a second on his last run. There was also an improvement up there. And it is not from Brewdog, I think. Who got it? Was it Big Cactus, I believe, actually? Yeah, Big Cactus improved there. And now 1:13.077 for Big Cactus. Whoever that Ferrari is who got out on track, I think that's Doug. He has got no chance in hell of starting lap. He's got 30 seconds remaining. That is him done for qualifying. Hazer just starting a lap as well. There is a Mercedes. I think that might be Brewdog himself, is it not? No, it's not. It's not Brewdog. So it will be Algery just starting a lap. You have now got 15 seconds to get round and start your final lap. Otherwise, that will be quaddy done and dusted for you. Hybrid not improving, it seems, but we'll watch the Aston Martin over the line. Indeed, no improvement. Doesn't really have the battery. Just over 20%. Coffee retiring in the pit lane. So now, I think that'll be it for Hybrid. And let's see, anybody at the moment, any of those front runners will go towards SR Racing. As Lynx Piece, 1:12.5, no improvement from him. Dom goes 6th fastest, and SR Racing only P17. Hazer is the one to watch. He's improving by 1.5 tenths, but that improvement will not get him to pole. Brewdog goes 4th fastest. Brilliant stuff from him. But Hazer at the moment is not doing a great enough lap to take pole, but can he do it through the final few corners here at a Circuit de Catalunya as Merck goes fifth fastest in the Alfa Romeo? But here comes Hazer to the line. He goes quickest. No, wait, what? No, he doesn't. It's the exact same time. Remarkable scenes. Hazer loses out to Beast because they sat at 112.357. Unbelievable stuff. And that has cost Hazer pole. The fact he did it second. He did the same time second. It cost him pole. That 1 point bonus will go the way of UFRL Beast. Oh my goodness gracious. That is unbelievable. Beast. That is a monstrous lap player. And Hazer, well, it showed up, bloody got it, but he didn't get it. Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, Beast P1, Hazer P2. And literally, you cannot get any closer. Even if you wanted to, you cannot get any closer. A 112.357 for UFRL Beast and Hazer. Wow, and also the AlphaTauri teammates in the main tiers as well. So, wow, that is incredible. Absolutely mind-blowing. Link's Peace, a couple of tenths further back in the Haas. Not quite a 112.357, but it's a 112.5. I think he'll take that. Brewdog is also lining up on the second row, and you got Merc and Black Panther both on the third row. Coffee and Dom and out an all Alpine fourth row. I think it's pretty good that those two are teammates because they seem to be quite representative. Speedy Bullet and Mr. Poem lining up on the fifth row. Widget and Bolt are the sixth row. Big Cactus and Doug, Algary, Hybrid, SR Racing, Elise Christie and Danny Din all starting in the top 19. But wow, again, it's all about pole, but rarely would you say it's all about second place as well. Getting the exact same time, that is just incredible. Right then, we are going to go for a few minutes break here, and I'll be back in just a moment. But again, that is absolutely mental. Back in a few minutes' time. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we'll be back rolling here at a circuit to Catalonia. The countdown has begun, and we'll be taking you to the track. And here we go. The lights are all on. The tyres are all there for you to see. And Beast versus Hazer into turn one. It's light out and it's go, go, go. It's Beast Hazer. Beast with an incredible start. Through into turn one. The Red Bull flying high. 3 wide further back almost. As the Haas breaks a bit later, the Mercedes going down the inside of Brewdog. But Beast leads and off goes an Alfa Romeo of Merc, I believe. But there you go. Beast leads. Hazer following suit. As Widget struggling further back in the Red Bull and drawing alongside his Hazer. Through he goes. Round the bend, Hazer goes faster, and Hazer takes the lead as Link's Peace now is threatening round the outside of the Red Bull, and I think Link scares the place as well. Through goes the Haas, and Link's Peace follows suit. P2 now, and Beast dropping a couple of places. It was an incredible start there from Beast. Unbelievable with turn one. He was absolutely rapid. He has dropped a couple of places since. Goes a little bit wide as well. Black Panther now will be watching and hoping he can make a move as well. But it's Hazer leading the race from Lynx, Beast, Panther, Coffee and Merc, the 2 Alfa Romeos, P6 and P7 at the moment. As we see Algary just behind the Alfa Romeo there. He may be pressing for an overtake here. Let's just get the situation in terms of position changes for you. Algary up 7 places from the start. Brewdog down 14. Widget down 8. And now they're going at it for the race lead as well. Hazer and Lynx. And through they go. Lynx into turn 1. Takes the race lead. But AlphaTauri comes back. Round the bend they go. Who would overtake who? Because they're going side by side. Incredible here at Spain. And they continue side by side. Who gets the place? Lynx gets the place. Can Hazer bounce back? No. Hybrid is out. Safety car. Just before Hazer was going to potentially go for the overtake. Back on Lynx Peace. Lynx leads and it's a safety car as Algary gets a 5-second penalty for a collision with Merc. It's under a safety car. Just relax a little bit, lads. Just some patience. But there you go. Incredible battling at the front in particular there. Lynx and Hazer. Beast has done well to hold on to P3 in all fairness. Black Panther was all over him, but couldn't quite get the move done just before that safety car. But there you go. Hybrid, unfortunately, is out of the race. And obviously, with it being 66 laps, well, the pit strategies will be important. And you want to make sure you've got the freshest set of tyres come the end of that race. So, may be crucial. There may be a late safety car as well. But we're going to be going back again, I imagine, on lap 4, I do believe. But there you go. Lynx Peace up 2 places from the start. Whereas Hazer holding position. Beast dropping the 2 places. Black Panther and Coffee both up 2 spots. Poem up 4. Great start from him. Merc down 2. So the Alfa Romeos effectively are quite split when it comes to who's had a good start and who's had an underwhelming start. Algary up 7, but he does also have a time penalty, which unfortunately for him will be... You can't remove it because he will have to serve it in the pit lane. Oh, what's going on further back? Damages from the Ferraris, it seems. Is it Doug or is it SR Racing? Is it a bird? Is it a car? What is it? Who's got the damage? And going by that picture there, it is SR Racing has got damage. He must have gone into the back of his teammate. The SR Racing will need to repair his front wing. And he did start. Did he start on the hards as well? He did start on the hards, so it's not going to be favourable for him. Sadly, he's definitely got front wing damage. SR Racing will need to replace that. Fortunately, it's under a safety car, and I do believe because there is a Mercedes a long way back, we will get another lap under the safety car. So at least SR Racing can replace it. But a damaging start to the race for him after he gained 5 places, as did Alissi Christie. Christie now will be up 6 places once SR Racing heads into the pit lane. But yeah, unfortunately we've lost Hybrid. Again, Again, one of the quicker Tier 2 drivers on 1 lap pace, but sadly doesn't quite have the consistency to go with it. But SR Racing will now, I presume, head to the pits, and indeed he does, to repair that front wing. Also got to be careful here at Spain, because that pit entry wall can very easily cost you your race. So make sure you do not go in too quickly here at the Circuit de Catalunya, or you'll be stuffed, effectively, because you will go into that wall if you go in too quickly. It's a bit sort of similar, I'd say, to Brazil when you're doing a pit exit. That is quite, if you go too quickly, or you ever so slightly lose control of the car, whatever it may be, you're going to go into that wall. But so Brewdog is now ahead, and SR Racing coming out the pits, down in last place, unfortunately, after a great start. But fresh soft tyres now for SR Racing, so he's not in a bad position here, in truth. So there you go, the stops there. Brewdog has already made 2 stops. I mean, 2 stops in 4 laps. This is the 3rd lap under a safety car as well. To do 2 stops during that time is quite remarkable. He's back on the mediums that he started on. I think maybe he'd done that on purpose. Maybe he wanted to go back onto those tyres. Anyways, we're going to go back to the race leaders then, because we will be back underway with 18 drivers. 62 laps to go once that safety car comes in, and it will be in. And we'll be back racing on lap 5. Link's Piece gaining 2 spots from the start after Beast made an incredible getaway. Hazer got through around the bend as well, so really impressive for him to complete that overtake. He did kind of need it, but he did get it. Really good move down into Repsol for him. But now let's see what these drivers can do. That overtake into turn 4 was crucial for Hazer. Link's Piece, though, getting that move done on Hazer was, well, a much needed move. But here we go now. He goes quite early, and now Hazer tries to follow suit, and they're all going at it. A big gap further back between the McLaren and I believe the Ferrari, but here we go with Link's Piece and Hazer. Hazer going for the move. He goes round the outside. Link's holding the inside line. They're coming together, not quite. And Link's Piece holds the place. Black Panther now takes Beast as well, and up into the top 3 he goes. Hazer just dropping back a little bit. Only 0.3 of a second, but for these drivers, that could be a massive margin, as Hazer and Beast proved when they battled for pole, and they got the exact same lap time. But Hazer now is going to put some pressure on Link's Piece, I'm sure. They're going to try and pull away from the rest of the field. Speaking of which, Merck there was just having a little look on Coffee, and they're all going at it. Algerie involved in that Mercedes as well. It's a 3-way battle, a little bit squirmy there as Coffee, and this may open the door here for the Alfa Romeo. Let's see if Merck goes for an overtake. He'll look for it. He'll look for it. Will he dive down the inside? He'll have another look, but he doesn't quite completely overtake into turn 10, but they'll still keep at it, and through goes Merck, and here comes Algerie round the outside as well. A Red Bull going slow. Further back, another Red Bull has gone off, and Beast losing the pace to Merck. Drop into P6. Merck into the top 5. Incredible battling, and through goes Algerie on Beast as well. As Beast goes a little bit wide, Black Panther gets the fastest lap, but Merck now into the top 5. Both Alfa Romeos now starting to show what they're made of. As here comes Algerie. He goes down the inside. An incredible dive on Merck, and Algerie is into the top 5. Here comes the Red Bull of Beast. Not quite, but what about further back, because Dom is there. Off goes Beast, and there is Dom to make the move done. Beast going slowly, but it is Dom who goes through. Coffee goes through. Bullet, Doug, Bolt, Christie and Cactus all go through as well. Beast is taking it easy to get back on track, but the Alpines now, both P7 and P8. Merck will try and get back at Algerie if he can. Algerie has dropped out of DRS range of the top 4, and we've still got a couple of laps now until we get DRS. Actually, I'll say that, it might be on next lap, so ignore what I'm saying on that, but we're going to stick here with Merck, who's trying to battle it out with Algerie over a place in the top 5. Algerie goes a bit wide. Merck gets a little bit squirmy, out of shape. Neither driver going to have a chance to defend or attack right now, but Merck will certainly try and put some pressure on. Speedy Bullet further back. It's all over the Alpine of Coffee, and Link's Peace now with the fastest lap, trying to keep his lead to Hazer, and here comes Speedy Bullet, drawing alongside Coffee, and overtaking the Alpine, and through goes Speedy Bullet, and the American, I do think he's American, he makes the move done before turn 1, and next up for him will be the second Alpine, it will be Debutant Dom, who's up in P7. Got to say the Alpines have done well to start, but Russell Bolt now making his way into the top 10 ahead of the Ferrari of Doug. Doug is on the hard compound tyres. Mr. Poem further back has opted for the soft as well, so that is quite important to note. And Big Cactus, only P13, not quite showcasing all the pace that he may or may not have, shall I say. But I'm sure he'll showcase some pace fairly soon. Those soft tyres, I'm sure, couldn't have gone off so quickly. But let's keep on with Rusted Bolt. I may have a look at Speedy Bullet as well. That gap is very similar between Dom and Bullet versus Bolt and Coffee. Let's just have a look at the McLaren here. And going a little bit wide there, the Alpine. And as a result, Speedy Bullet will try and draw alongside. Bolt does make the move on Coffee. He's up into the top 9 now. But let's go back towards Speedy Bullet, who's charging away at Dom. And these two are going at it. Hopefully it'll be a clean overtake as onto the main straight they come. Speedy Bullet drawing alongside Dom now. And will he get the overtake into turn 1? They're vying for position further ahead as well as Poem takes Black Panther. Link still holds the lead from Hazer. And through goes Speedy Bullet. And off goes Mr. Poem. And there you go. It's a full course safety car to boot. It is a full course safety car. He must have received damage from that, because otherwise there would be no reason to include a safety car. Has he lost his entire wing? Yes, he has. And that is the reason for a safety car. He's lost his entire front wing. So I would be keen to know what happened there, because he was battling, I believe, with Black Panther. It was a little battle between Black Panther and Mr. Poem. I'm unsure if there was any contact or if Mr. Poem lost it or whatever it may have been. I cannot be too sure on, but either way, Mr. Poem will have to pit for repairs. But Link's Peace and Hazer still going at it. In all fairness, Link's Peace has done well to keep hold and preserve that lead. Hazer will be putting the pressure on him. Maybe just going into tyre management phase as well. Don't forget, with it being the 66 laps. But what do the drivers do now? Do they make a pit stop? Link's Peace just testing the waters there, seeing if Hazer would make a pit stop, but no, they both decide to stay out, and I think the majority will. You'll try and get your track position around here. But Coffee, so the first car into the pits is the Alpine of Coffee. It may leave his teammate a little bit on the vulnerable side. I do think he was behind Rusted Bolt. I think he was ahead of Doug as well, so it was only one driver between himself and his teammate, but now his teammate is going to have Bolt, Doug, Christie, SR Racing, Beast, the pole sitter, and Danny Din behind. In goes Big Cactus, Mr. Poem, and Widget, and there is the front wing change for Mr. Poem as well. Brewdog seemingly struggling quite a bit further back, but he is catching up now. But Mr. Poem is out behind Coffee, Cactus, and Widget as a result of him having to replace his wing. Right, let's just see. Oh, we just binned it. He keeps getting toe grab. Ow! Oh, wow. I mean, I've had, to be fair, I've had cramp just doing commentary. So yeah, somehow amazing that, isn't it? Oh wow, it is painful. But thankfully, when I had it, it was during a safety car. So I'm like, oh, thank God for that. Only after do I think, thank God for that, because during it, I'm not thinking that. Yeah, that's incredibly painful. I did have it, to be fair, when I was on track though once. I think I had it during qualifying. So I had to put my car in AI. I'm so glad that there was nobody behind who would have got anything from that. But the cramp was very painful. So, yeah. And it was literally like straight after I went out on track. So that's like the worst time to get it. But anyways. Let's see, you've got Brewdog just coming round now. So they will be all lining up. And I think we'll have one more lap. And then the safety car will be back in. But sadly, yeah, that safety car came out But it only came out because of the front wing being lost. But anyways, then when he went into the pits, he crashed into wall. Oh, did he? Did he get damage from that as well? Oh, he could. Well, thankfully, I don't think he would have done because he couldn't get any more front wing damage than he had. So wait, hang on. When you say he lost it by himself, did he just go straight on into the wall? Because I know he was battling with Black Panther, so I didn't know if it was anything to do with that. Yeah, I know he had damage anyway, but yeah. Luckily, he's laughing and not raging. Oh, I reckon Merck's would have been getting a little bit of an earful then. So maybe a good thing for Merck that he's having a laugh about it. Eh? I'm joking. But yeah, did he just go straight on at turn one though? The car just said no. But did the car just say no, or did his toe say no, or both? Maybe it was both. Right, we'll be going again then this lap, and there you go. But it's definitely been all about Lynx and Hazer and a toe as well. No, not the toe you're thinking in Formula One. That'll be a bit too simple, wouldn't it? Right. Let's just see then. When will Lynx go? Again, maybe round a bend. He did go quite early last time around at turn 14. So, but he's holding off this time. Hazer trying to get as close as possible, and you don't want to get any damages from this. Just got to try and keep a distance if you can, and there you go. Lynx goes again, and he is going once more at turn 14 and breaking the slipstream now quite a lot. And Hazer is going to try and get at him, and here he goes into turn one. Is Hazer close enough to go for the move? He was thinking about it, but obviously with the quick right-hander, you're not going to be in a position to go for the overtake. Hazer, though, is all over the rear of Link's piece now, and is looking at a move round the outside. May cost him a little bit of time in comparison to Black Panther. He'll be waiting in the wings, in that Williams, in P3. But here's another chance, potentially, for Hazer. But I don't think he's going to go for it as Widget takes Danny Din further back, and also Mr. Poem takes a place. We'll just have a little look at this squabble. As the McLaren losing a couple of spots, Mr. Poem taking advantage, as does PRV Widget. And Brewdog next up will look for the overtake on Danny Din. But we are going to go further up the field once more and check on the business end with Lynx, Hazer, Panther and Algery as well. I've got to say Algery impressing in that Mercedes. Merck in P5. All the top five are challenging right now. Then you've got Speedy Bullet, Dom, Rusted Bolt, Doug, SR Racing all very close together. So a multitude of drivers just challenging here for position. And let's go back a little bit. I was thinking towards Hazer, but I'm looking right now. Algery is remarkably close to Black Panther to a point where he may just go for the overtake here. Will he go for the overtake into turn one? I don't think he will. Just not quite close enough at the moment, Algery, but he is... I say that. He's incredibly close. What about further back? Oh, Dom getting a charge on Bolt. And there you go. Has he got the pace? Bolt goes through. The Williams up into P7. Dom losing the place. He was behind Speedy Buddy a moment ago, but Bolt goes through and charges into the top 7 now, Rusted Bolt. Brilliant stuff from him to get that position. And next up will be Speedy Bullet. And further back, battles are going on. What is going on? Aston Martin damages. Wings flying everywhere. I don't even know where Poem's car is. It's there. Elise Christie in that Aston Martin. You got Brewdog and Danny Din. Unsure. Danny Din has got some wing damage as well. So I cannot be certain what unfortunately has happened further back. But something has happened. Again, I can't be too sure what did occur. Right, back to Beast then. As the pole sitter just got Coffee up ahead. And that will be Coffee over P11. And Beast as well. He's on 8 lap holder tyres, so not got any advantage here. As you can clearly see, no advantage for the Red Bull compared to those around him. And here will be a chance for Big Cactus, who will go for the overtake. Not quite shown his promising pace yet, Big Cactus, but he will go for a big overtake on the pole sitter into turn 1, but he holds off. And Beast going very wide, which will give Big Cactus an opportunity. Does he take the opportunity, or will he have to hold off once again? Well, Link's Piece still ahead of Hazer as well, and also Black Panther keeping Algary at arm's length, just about 0.2 of a second between them. But I'm not quite seeing Big Cactus going for it, but never mind, he's gone for it now. And Beast is off track now, sadly for him. And he is just going to have to try and rejoin the track, Mr. Poem. And into the pits did go Danny Din and Elise Christie as well. Car just buckled at the end of turn 2. I think that was on the last one, I believe. That was Algary. Now it's taken Panther. Panther going a little bit on the wider side. Stays on track. But Algary goes through on him. And Williams under pressure now from Merck. So therefore, we're going to go with Merck and just see if the Alfa Romeo will take a step forward and overtake the Williams here. This will be quite major for Black Panther if he can defend this, but Merck will really want this, and he will definitely want it into turn 1, but I don't think he's going to get it into turn 1. What about further ahead, because Hazer trying to draw alongside Link's Piece, couldn't quite do it, and the AlphaTauri having to stick in behind the Haas driver. I don't know, maybe at this rate I could have had Link's Piece in that AlphaTauri car, but he is doing, well, both these two doing very strongly. As further back, Panther looking at a move down the inside of the Mercedes, still side by side, contact made, only minor, but the Mercedes, I do believe, will stay ahead. The Williams not getting the overtake done into turn 5, and there you go, Algary just staying ahead, but he's now got a 1 second gap to the 2 ahead. And they are just starting to put a gap. Poem taking Beast for P14 as well. But we're going to just stick at this one because Merck is in this as well. He is in this as well. Will he go outside? Will he go inside? He does neither and stays in behind Black Panther. And Williams just going a little bit wide as well there, losing a lot of time to Algary. This will give Merck the opportunity and chance that he needs. But it gets a little bit slippery as well. A lot of drivers just finding it a little bit slippery, certainly on the exits of the quicker corners down at turns 13 and 14. But Merck now out of turn 14 into turn 1. Can he get a move on Black Panther? Doug does take SR Racing. So the two Ferraris splitting, and here comes a move. Panther is taking Algary, but Algary defends it like a lion. But can Panther attack? Here he comes again. No battery for Algary, but they're all going at it. A three-way battle with the McLaren of Speedy Bullet in there as well. But I think Algary has just been able to hold on. But for how much longer? As Black Panther, again, a little bit of a wider line from him. And here comes Merck and Speedy Bullet. It's an incredible four-way fight here for a place on the podium. Algary still has that time penalty, which I do believe is 5 seconds. But it is advantage to the 3 behind, but none of that trio have made the move yet on the Mercedes. I'm sure Merck will be telling Black Panther, if you can't make the move, I'm going to make the move on you. And let's see now if any of these drivers want to trade positions here. The top 2 seem relatively happy. Lynx and Hazer with their current pace, they've got the gap they need on those 4 drivers behind them. And it is just the 4 that they need to worry about now because they are the ones in DRS range, effectively, of Algary. But now, who's going to go for an overtake? Well, Black Panther not close enough, I do not believe. And into turn 1, they are very close, but not close enough. And it's still a 4-way battle further back. Doug takes Dom into turn 1. And also Coffee, I believe, getting past SR Racing. So a couple of moves had been made further behind. Let's go back into this one. I'm not seeing a lot of the action up ahead just because they are staying where they are. And as you can see, these 4 drivers are the ones to watch right now. So you've got Algary, Black Panther, Merck and Speedy Bullet. Who will be the ones to take advantage? And they really want to take advantage of that time penalty from Algary as well. 5 seconds it is. As you can see on the picture right now. So that 5-second penalty will be important come the end of the race. Because Algary will still need to serve it in the pits and he will lose positions as a result. And then where's his teammate Brewdog? Well, Brewdog's on a long way back. I'm not sure what's happened to Brewdog this race. He's struggled on a few occasions here. The Mercedes. He's had to pit on several occasions. Maybe 3, maybe 4 times already. He's back on medium tyres, but it's not been the race Brewdog was hoping for. But here comes a chance, though, up ahead between Lynx Peace and Hazer. And they are going side by side now. Has Hazer finally got the move done? Still continuing round the bends here through turn 3 and into turn 4. They're going at it and going at it. And down the entire goes Lynx Peace. Hazer goes for the undercut. Has he got it? Yes, he has. But Lynx fighting again into turn 5. Side by side they scrap away. Who has got the move? They're still going at it through the entirety of Sector 1, through half of Sector 2 side by side. Lynx edges ahead. Hazer will get DRS. Hazer still fighting ahead. And Brewdog gets the fastest lap, but they continue to scrap away here for the lead. Here comes Hazer into turn 10. Is he going to go round the outside for the overtake? He's not quite gunning for the move. And Lynx Peace, they were fighting so incredibly hard through 2 sectors, and here comes Hazer again. They've done an entire lap, effectively battling side by side, and Lynx stays ahead once more. Can Hazer get it back into turn 14? Not quite, and Lynx holds the advantage, but Hazer will get DRS. Black Panther entering the fray as well, but here comes Hazer down the inside into turn 1. Panther watching in open arms, and through goes Hazer. The AlphaTauri leads on lap 18. And wow, what a battle between the duo. And Black Panther will be right there with them as well. Definitely keep a watch of these 3. But further back, I also see Doug making a move potentially on Merc. He had a little look on the inside. Maybe those hard tyres starting to work now for the Ferrari. He is putting a humongous amount of pressure on the Alfa Romeo now. And on those hard tyres, which may just be the very best right now, he is pushing hard for an overtake on Merc. We're still watching the timings of Hazer, Lynx and Black Panther, so don't worry if they get too close, I will go towards that as well. And speaking of which, they are getting quite close now, so let's go towards Black Panther. It's a couple of tenths of a second away. It does open up a little bit, but he's back to within 2.5 tenths. Going for a move on Lynx Peace here. Lynx will get DRS from Hazer as well. And also further back, Big Cactus is challenging the 2 debutants. Dom and Big Cactus are within 0.3 of a second of each other. That is for P9. But here comes a move potentially from Lynx or from Black Panther. And into the pits goes Dom for his first stop, getting rid of his medium tyres. And further back as well, as Lynx Peace does get a move done again. Hazer holds the lead, however. Merc and Doug squabbling, and it seems Merc has just edged out ahead. And Black Panther now! Through he goes! The Williams gets a move done on Lynx Peace! His teammate Russell Bolt was in there as well. It's a 5-way battle. Russell Bolt has come out of nowhere to join in this one. And next up for him will be Lynx. Bolt has got some impressive pace around here, it's fair to say. And next for him will be Lynx Peace. But these 5 drivers, Hazer, Panther, Lynx, Bolt and Speedy Bullet, are the ones challenging for the win. Merc is nowhere to be seen in this 5-way battle. He's a couple of seconds behind, and he has got Doug and Coffee now for company. So Merc, one of the title contenders, not in this 5-way battle. Hazer, the other title contender, is in this 5-way battle. And Hazer is gunning for 2, potentially 3 championships this season. Certainly 2 in the form of Tier 1 and the 100% tier. He may be a double world champion like Mr. Poem last season. As a Ferrari just struggling, I believe SR Racing. And it will now potentially be overtaken by Beast. Not quite. Safety car. It's a safety car. And Black Panther was leading, but it is a safety car. Black Panther got through on Hazer. What is the safety car being called out for? Well, I'm presuming something may have happened here between Beast and SR Racing. Both go into the pits. So we will just keep a watch of this. I'm just going to take a quick drink, so you may not hear me talk for a few seconds. And we are back. Oh, is it a front wing change for Mr. Poem, I think? That as well as the safety car. 2 front wing changes for Mr. Poem, 2 safety cars as a result. Has he still got cramp in that toe? Because, wow, 2 safety cars for that. Danny Din is also on the fresh hard tyres. Alessi Christie opting to box as well. And we will start to get round to the leaders as well because they, I'm sure, will be thinking about a pit stop right now. And there you go. Into the pits goes Panther and Hazer. Lynx, I'm expecting pretty much all of them in, to be honest. Coffee stays out. 11 laps on his medium tyres. Again, he's trying to play a bit of a long game round here. You've got to factor in that it's not like it's just a 50% race and it's the perfect time to box. It's 66 laps. They're not even 1/3 into this Grand Prix yet. So you've got to factor in all of this. And I suppose that is why Coffee and Big Cactus as well, why those two have stayed out on their 12-lap-old medium tyres. But either way, all of those further behind, you've got Black Panther, Lynx, Hazer, Bolt, Speedy Bullet, who were all in that 5-way battle for the lead. And then you got Merc, Doug, and then you had Coffee in there as well, but Coffee obviously has stayed out. But that was your top 10 effectively. And 2 of those top 10 have decided to stay out. The rest have all boxed. So it'll be interesting to see what can happen here. That's Danny Din and Alessi Christie receive penalties. Both at the back of the field. Alessi Christie, hello? You okay, mate? Oh. See, okay. Personally here, I think you can see Coffee's trying to let him through. There you go. Well done, Coffee. Now, Alessi Christie needs to wait until he's told to overtake a safety car. He may have been told now. So, that's the way to do it, as long as he doesn't get disqualified. If he gets disqualified, that's not the way to do it, but yeah, I think he's been told to go through. So, if you want to know, the right way to let somebody through is to go off track, let them through, and then they will be told to overtake the safety car. Do not overtake the safety car until you're told by the game. But there you go. Alessi Christie can now unlap himself. It might take a bit of time for him to catch up because he is an entire lap down, however. But there you go. This just opens up the race a little bit. Coffee and Big Cactus, they are a spike ahead of the rest of the pack now. Panther, Lynx and Hazer, Bolt, Speedy Bullet, Merc as well now. I mean, he's effectively in there. So these guys will be really trying to make sure the 2 fawns in the lead in the form of Coffee and Big Cactus do not damage their chances of victory. Because they've all got to go through one by one. How quickly can you overtake Coffee and Big Cactus? That will be the question. There's no doubt in my mind they will all get through, providing there's no safety cars and whatnot, or collisions. But if it's all clean, there's no doubt in my mind that everybody, probably up to around Merc and Doug, I think they'll all get through. After that, it depends what the gaps are between those drivers. So, for instance, Black Panther could be leading by the end of the first lap, once the safety car comes in. But then, how quickly will Lynx get through, for example? How quickly will Hazer get through? Etc. All the way down to those guys in the top 10. And then you've obviously got to factor everyone else in, but still, it's not easy to overtake round here. I say that. I think Brunok has just overtaken SR Racing onto the safety car, did he? Brunok has left. I don't know what happened there. He's now got a 5-second penalty. Does anybody... I do not know what's happened. I'm going to invite him back in, just in case. There you go. Just give him that invitation, because I'm not too sure if something happened to make him leave, or whatever it was. We do have another lap under the safety car, because Alessi Christie is not quite there yet. Oh yeah, if anybody wants to give it a go, feel free to try the sound alerts. Because I do not believe we've had sound alerts yet whilst we're actually doing a league race. So I definitely like to see that or hear it. If you don't know how to do it, you can oh, his car's teleporting. Oh, okay, I see. But yeah, if you don't know how to do the sound alerts, all you got to do on the phone is press that green. Well, it might be green, but in the bottom left corner where you see your channel points, like I've got 186.7k, I've got plenty. And then from there, you can see all the sound alerts, and you could do whatever one you wish to do. So feel free to do any of them if you wish to. It says at the bottom how to earn channel points as well. Um, there you go. But anyways, yeah, feel free to do some sound alerts if you wish to. Give it a go. And for me, it's just about seeing if it works as well. So I want to know if they work. Because again, I haven't had it yet during a league stream, so it'd be nice to know if they do work. But there you go. Coffee, Big Cactus, Black Panther, Lynx Piece. 2 hash drivers up there in the top 4. And let's have a look just before we restart this race. The position changes. Big Cactus up 11, Coffee up 6, both yet to box. Since they pitted about 10 laps ago now, they pitted originally. But there you go. Coffee and Big Cactus are going, but Black Panther has got a strong start, as you would expect. And here comes Black Panther. Mert getting Speedy Bullet straight away. And here goes a move from Big Cactus. Going for the move on Coffee. Going a little bit wide through turns 1 and 2 as a result. But here comes a chance now for Black Panther. Going down the inside, Black Panther. And he gets the move done, Black Panther. Through he goes. And Big Cactus could do nothing about it. Lynx Piece going through, as does Hazer as well. And there you go, Big Cactus now, I think, starting to realise these guys are quick. You'll certainly be starting to realise that now. Russell Bolt now going for the move as well. Can he get a move done? Not quite. Round at turn 6. And now we're going all the way. Well, that was around turn 6, 7, 8, and now into 9. Has Russell Bolt got a chance here? We're seeing a battle for the lead as well. We're going to go quickly towards Black Panther. Going down the inside of Coffee. We said he might be leading within a lap of the restart. And he is leading within a lap of the restart. Through goes Black Panther. Hazer getting blinks as well. They are side by side. They love going side by side here at Spain. And through goes Hazer. And onto the podium. Next up will be Coffee. Can he get through into second place? I'm sure he'll be gunning for it. Can Coffee defend it is the question. But here comes Hazer. He draws alongside Coffee. He makes the overtake on Coffee. And Lynx joining as well. A 3-way battle into turn 1. Who comes ahead? There is a little bit of contact. And Lynx Piece has gone off track as a result. Doesn't seem to have any damages. But he's down to P12. 3 into turn 1 was never really going to work. And unfortunately, none of them wanted to back out of it. Hazer is up to P2. Who else was in there as well? Coffee, I believe. Coffee, so he's dropped off a lot of places now. So actually, only one driver came out of that well, and that was Hazer, who's now into second place, but he is 1.3 seconds behind Black Panther, as Doug, Algery, PRV Widget, and Speedy Bullet now is dropping places. Dom going forward, overtaking. There you go, Dom. Bit of contact from Beast there. And this is actually a really nice view. Thank you, Gabe, for giving us a good view. But we're going to go back towards this one with Dom, Lynx, and Coffee. They're all going at it here at Spain. And they are all promising for something absolutely grand. Beast does go through on Dom once more. And down the inside there is Lynx Piece. And Lynx Piece getting the move on Dom. And up into P11. Next up for Lynx will be Beast. I'm sure he wouldn't want to be fighting just for top 10. But that is currently what he is having to do. Further back, you've got, further up, sorry, Big Cactus losing places now as Widget and Speedy Bullet almost alongside. Widget up ahead of Speedy Bullet into 7th place. Let's just drop back in as well towards Beast. Oh, what's going on? Yellow flags. It is for Danny Din. And it's another safety car. I reckon, has he done that in the pit lane? Whoa, whoa. Relax a little bit. Has he got front wing damage? Well, he obviously does. He's retired. Oh no. He's retired from the race, so we have a safety car because he had front wing damage. That's a bit of a gutting scenario, isn't it? Well, what's that? Is that the third safety car? Or I think it's the fourth, actually. Four safety cars, but only one of them was caused by a DNF, and that was hybrid. Danny Dins wasn't an actual DNF, he just retired in the pit lane. Um, it's a bit different when you press the retire button, but only hybrid has actually retired and caused a safety car. The rest have only lost front wings and caused a safety car. Um, right, into the pits then goes Big Cactus, and I presume Coffee will do the same. And there you go, those two both in. I think Brewdog's AI decides to stay out. Um, but Coffee and Big Cactus are the two who will go into the pits. Big Cactus mediums, Coffee goes for the hard tyres. As something happened at the front. I don't know, maybe Hayes accidentally overtook Black Panther, but then he did go off track to let Black Panther through anyway. So as long as there's no damages involved, I don't think anything will happen from that. It's an easy thing, because I know, especially when your car is an AI, I think I have had it before. This was ages ago now. How long ago was it? I think it was over a year ago. Before I was even head steward. Yeah, that's how long ago it was. I wasn't even a steward back then. Um, Basically, I think, and this might have been my first or second season here. So it was either season 2 or season 3. I think it might have been season 2. But it was me and Captain Good Eve. It might have been season 3 actually. But it would have been quite early in season 3. Um, and my AI overtook his under the safety car, and then I went off track to let him back through. So it's quite an easy thing that can happen. The AI are far from perfect. But again, as long as there's no damages involved, it's an easy, simple fix. Just go off track, let them through, and nothing happens from it, you know? There's nothing really difficult. At the end of the day, people go under AI simply to get a little break, especially a full race, you know? If you're doing a full race, then absolutely take these. You want these safety cars to act as a little break, really. You know, you might need a little drink during that time. You know, might even need a toilet during that time. But you know, if you want to get a little drink of water, the only way you could do it really is to pause the game, isn't it? You know, I think it's for me, it's a normal thing to sort of do. You want to make sure you're hydrated going into the next phase of the race, and you want to get your mind over what's going on and everything like that. You want to get yourself mentally prepared for the next stage. So yeah, it's getting a little bit closer between Speedy Bullet and PRV Widget, but not too close, thankfully. Let's go back up then towards the leaders. I think the safety car will be in this lap, and we are not even halfway through this Grand Prix. And Black Panther and Hazer are the top two. Black Panther, I'm not going to say he's come out of nowhere, because he hasn't. And the two Williams now are the two who's doing really well. But I mean, he wasn't there battling with Hazer and Lynx until the last safety car restart. And now, well, he certainly is. So he's back in the game and leading the race. A Rusted Bolt, well, he has definitely come out of nowhere, because he is on the podium now with his teammate leading. His teammate may end up backing Hazer into Rusted Bolt as well. I don't imagine the two Williams were in communication there. But anyways, Black Panther has gone quite early here. Safety car is in the pits, and they're all back underway. Big gaps going on further back. Not quite anticipating that Panther would go as early as he has done. Let's go towards Algary. He's going for the move on Doug. Going down the inside of the turn. One on Doug. And through goes the Mercedes. Doug caught napping. Algary not caught napping. And Algary into the top 5. So there you go. He absolutely wanted that overtake. And there you go. He gets it done. Next up will be Merck in the top 4. As we go back towards Hazer then. And just see as Coffee makes a move on the, I believe, the AI of Brewdog. Either way, Coffee up to 15th place, and Brewdog now is into his car. But let's just stick in with this one, and Hazer all over Black Panther on the rundown now into turn 10. Will Hazer go for an overtake without DRS, don't forget now, because we've got to wait until lap 31, I believe. So Hazer not quite there. Algary, unfortunately for him, is a 1.2 seconds behind. I don't think Brewdog is going to be getting back into this race. Not by the looks of things. Sadly for him. Big Cactus still, I don't know, I'm surprised by his lack of pace, if I'm honest. Then again, I just remembered. I think he's not got a setup, has he? That might be why Big Cactus is struggling. No setup, I think, is what he said in the lounge. Oh, and here's a battle. Great overtake there from Algary. He's going for a Doug. Doug really trying to fight this one because he wants to get back into 5th place if he can. He was overtaken a lap ago. But here goes Doug again down the inside. But the Mercedes hold on. But can Doug go for it round the outside? Too wide. They go through it to turn 5. But Algary holds ahead. And Doug cannot get the overtake done, but he will have another chance potentially into turn 10. So therefore, we will stick with this duo. The gaps in that top 4 are all very similar. Panther, Hazer, Bolt and Merc, all around half a second away from each other. As Doug not quite going for that overtake on Algary, the gap about 0.3 of a second. Then you got Widget, you got Speedy Bullet, Pole Sitter Beast, Link's Piece, Mr. Poem all in there as well. And then you got Dom about a second behind, now just over a second. But here we go again. This is with Algary. I get the impression that Dom he's in the same car as Coffee. We go by the pace. In quality, to be fair, they were quite similar, because they were both neck and neck. And the Red Bull now of Widget going down the on a Doug. And again, Doug potentially caught napping there. He was caught napping a couple of laps ago by Algary, caught napping by Widget. Will he be caught napping by Speedy Bullet, who's going to be quick going for this overtake? But Speedy Bullet having to hang in behind there, and Doug staying in P7 here. So they're all gunning for this overtake, if they could do it. And now, here we go again with Speedy Bullet, and here with Doug. Is Doug going to get the move now to stay ahead? Or will Speedy Bullet get the overtake? He's going hard in there. Elixir Christie gets a penalty. And Doug is still ahead of Speedy Bullet. But only just by the skin of his teeth there. And now can Speedy Bullet go back at him? Merc losing out a second behind Rusted Bolt now. Speedy Bullet for a moment looked like he was going to go for the overtake. Oh, what's going on? He's lost time. And Link's Piece now is all over Speedy Bullet. SR Racing battling with Coffee further back for P14. SR Racing has got the move on him on those soft tyres, Coffee on the hards. They are 7 laps older for SR Racing, but still getting the move done. And now Link's Piece, and that's Rusted Bolt now. And we're going to go up the field because Bolt gets Hazer into 2nd place, and whilst Widget is ahead of Algary now. So Widget has got himself into the top 5 as... Oh, off track goes Algary! Off goes Algary! And through goes everybody! They're all going through. Poem and Dom. SR Racing is quite far back himself. So Algary now. But Algary, who was battling for P5, is now P12. Wow, he has lost so many places from that. And now let's have a little look here, because you've got Doug trying to overtake Widget. You've got Link's Piece trying to take Speedy Bullet. Having a look for a moment. But let's make it Beast an opportunity that he needs. Beast there maybe looking for a move. Oh, a Speedy Bullet lost some of his wing. He's got front wing damage. So Speedy Bullet, as a result, losing places. And there you go. The Alpine, I'm sure, of Dom will also go through. But Speedy Bullet has got front wing damage. And there you go, we just let, I believe, I thought for a moment he was trying to let Dom through. I think that Dom didn't quite realise Speedy Bullet has front wing damage. But there you go, Speedy Bullet into the pits. Let's go back up then towards the lead, because Bolt now takes Black Panther to 2 Williams, 1 and 2. But it's not Black Panther who's leading, it is Rusted Bolt. Hayes is still there, but this top three now running away because they do not have Link's Piece to boot. Link's Piece is in P6. Thank you for the follow to Jay. Very much appreciated again. Feel free to pop any comments through if you wish to. And there you go. Hazer, though, is going to try and keep pace with this Williams duo if he can. So this is the 100% tier realistic cars race. So it's not equal. And there you go. So the two Williams, the AlphaTauris, for example, will be amongst the slower cars. Certainly the AlphaTauris. So Hazer there keeping up. And it is a mixed tier, effectively, because you've got Tier 1 drivers, you've got Tier 2 drivers, you've got Tier 3 drivers, all in action, and also some from the international tier as well. So they're all battling away. And there you go, Bolt, Black Panther, and Hazer all gunning. But there you go, Link's Piece further back. They're going at it side by side. Squirmy goes to Ferrari. Link's goes through, and Beast as well. And Doug loses out to Mr. Poem. So now, three drivers getting through on Doug instantaneously as Black Panther going here with Hazer and Russ and Bolt. And both Panther and Hazer have managed to take Bolt's place. And they go up into the top two. Bolt losing 2 spots, and further behind, Beast and Link's now. Link's Piece in P6 is trying to get a move on the Red Bull, stays within track limits, only just, and is now drawing alongside the pole sitter Beast here. A little bit of contact it seems there, and there's contact further back. Widget has gone round in the Red Bull. No safety car, thankfully, but there you go. Link's Piece could not get the move on Beast. It will cost Lynx even more time. Lynx was up there with Black Panther and Hazer earlier in the race. He was leading the race before the first and I think the second safety car as well. But in either case, can Link's Piece get another place here? He's gunning for the move on Beast. And further back, Mr. Poem now had been overtaken by Doug. He's going to try and get a move done himself. And further back, Algery and Dom almost side by side. Algery just hanging out ahead. Dom looking for an overtake himself. He'll want to get himself back into 9th place if he can. The Alpine has been hovering around that top 10 all race as one Alpine of Coffee struggling a little bit in the background. And into the pits goes Algery. Don't go too quickly or you'll go into the wall. What did I say? He's into the wall. He is out of the race. I knew he was going too quickly. I just knew it. You could tell he was going too quickly into the pit lane. And Algery is out. Oh my goodness. He's done over half the race just to end up bidding your car into the pit lane wall. I could tell straight away that he was going to do that. You could see by the pace he was going at and by how that pit lane wall is built that he was going to end up doing it. You could just tell. Sadly, that's Algery out. Okay, to be fair, it's a second DNF causing a safety car. So Algery joining hybrid on that list. We had... So Danny did actually do similar to what Algery just did, but he didn't retire as a result of it. But he did retire in the pit lane. But that was one of the safety cars, and two of the safety cars were Mr. Poem losing his front wing. So this is what, the 5th safety car? A lot of safety cars. Crikey. But only 2 of them have been due to DNFs. I don't believe. The only one I'm not sure on is hybrid. But certainly Algery's wasn't actually a collision. So nobody is DNF due to a collision at this race. Providing hybrid didn't need to. Anyways, into the pits goes Merck. So was he thinking to go to the end? And also, I've got to say, it's looking a little bit gloomy out there. The skies... They're certainly not blue. They are absolutely not looking nice. Getting a little bit cloudy, and I don't know if we're due for any rain. Nobody has confirmed either way, in all fairness. Nobody has confirmed on the weather front. But, well, nobody's going for any form of intermediates, and obviously it's not raining, so you're not going to go for inters right now. But the skies are not looking very clear, so it would not surprise me too much if we're due for any rain, but by the fact that I haven't been told anything, I presume there isn't going to be any rain. So, well, we'll see what happens. But hopefully, we're not due for anything at all. But then again, it would spice things up, wouldn't it? If we did have some rain. That makes things interesting though. So let's see, Black Panther then. Black Panther and Hazer as well. Still looking at those clouds. They don't look too bad around at Sector 3. But when you head into sectors 1 and 2, that's where it starts to look a little bit on the greyer side. Maybe we're not due for any rain at all. But it's all fun and games. Only those drivers on track will know right now if we're due for any rain. So nobody has gone into the pits on the last lap. Let's see if any of these at the back do. WBA Brewdog sadly still in the race, but not really. Oh no, well, do I have that? I didn't even realise I had that set on. Okay. Yeah, good evening, Lo J. I hope you're doing good, mate. There you go. Interesting in racing, of course. What days were you looking to race on? Because obviously I know we got the days at the bottom. We do trial races as well, so our trial races are typically Thursday and Sundays. So what, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. roughly normally is what times we will do those trial races. But yeah, feel free to drop into the Discord and feel free to write in the Fresh Meat chat on what you're looking for, etc., etc., and do the trial attendance as well. Yeah, good to see you looking to join and hopefully enjoying the race as well. Black Panther, Hazer, Bolt, the two Williams again looking strong. Normally it's the Alpha Tauris looking strong, but we've only got one on show, and to be fair, Hazer again doing very well. And Merck is normally in the Williams, so the fact that he's in the Alfa Romeo, and actually, I don't know, I'd like to know from Merck's POV or perspective what he's thinking. What car did he feel better in? The Williams or the Alfa Romeo? I mean, he's had his strong races, he's had his sort of average races, but mostly strong. As again, it looked like Link's piece again, just looking to maybe make Doug think, oh, he's pitting, but he didn't. I currently race a couple of other leagues. But I've raced. Oh, who are the names? We need to know the names. Who have you raced with in the league? We have to know. Absolutely. Might as well, innit? Might as well find out who you've been racing with. But yeah, again, hopefully it's all going good in terms of watching this race. So now we're into the second part of it. The safety car will be in this lap as well. And obviously you've got the bottom, well, from P10 downwards, Merck included in that. They have all gone for the fresher tyres. Merck going for hards to the end, it seems, unless there's another safety car. Makes things a bit interesting because you've got Dom, you've got Widget, and you've got Speedy Bullet all trying to do a similar task as well. Whereas you've got SR Racing and then see Christie, both on the medium tyres. Christie have still got that 5-second penalty up. Is that 5 seconds? I actually need to double check that. I don't think it isn't. No, it's 3 seconds. Somebody got a 5-second penalty earlier. I don't know if it was Christie or Algary maybe. It might have been Algary. But they did serve it in the pit lane. Right, here we go then. Safety car has been called into the pits. And I believe for the 5th time, it will be go, go, go again. But will Black Panther go early? And here we go, just waiting around at turn 13 now. The safety car into the pits, and yellow flags for something behind, I'm not too sure. Just remember to try and keep a distance to the cars ahead. And into the pits, there goes Hazer. Has Hazer got front wing damage? Well, Black Panther pulls clear. Hazer will drop to the back because he must have some damage. There'll be no other reason for him to box, surely. I mean, I will go back to it in a second, but Link's piece is going for the overtake here on Beast. He's not quite going to get it. I do want to just have a watch to see if he is replacing his wing. It didn't look like it. It was quite a quick pit stop there from the AlphaTauri. I don't believe he got front wing damage. That may have just been a normal pit stop. As Coffee and Doug going at it over 6th position. Doug going for a wider line, but wasn't able to execute a move on the Alpine. The other Alpine of Dom is trying to keep Merc and SR Racing behind. Let's have a little watch here of Merc on those fresh hard tyres, don't forget. He's going to charge towards the Alpine of Dom. But it's interesting, that strategy from Hazer. I don't know. I didn't see him change his wing. Maybe he did. But he's not far behind. He's only 14 seconds behind after pitting. Which indicates to me that maybe he didn't have front wing damage. So a very interesting one, that one. I would like to find out personally. Either way, into the pits goes Link's piece. What is happening here? Are they just doing it because they got older tyres on? Maybe it's their tyres. Maybe their tyres have just gone. But Panther now leads from Russell Bolt. Hazer went for softs, by the way. So Link's piece has gone from mediums to the end. Hazer's gone for soft. He will need to box again, I'm sure about that one. But these strategies are now becoming absolutely significant. And Speedy Bullet going for the move on Big Cactus. This race is starting to liven up here. I'll say that. It's been quite exhilarating races off track. There goes Anissy Christie in the background in his battle with Big Cactus. It's been quite exhilarating at times anyway. I mean, you've got loads of side-by-side battling throughout this race. So, but now, those strategies from Hazer and Link's piece has really warmed things up here. Let's go back towards the front then, with UFRL Beast pole sitter up into the podium places once again. But I don't think he'll be going mediums to the end. But everybody who did box now, Dom, Merc, those two in particular, you've got SR Racing, Widget, Speedy Bullet, are they in the best places right now to win? That is the question. Good evening, A-Stock. Hope you're doing well. Feel free to give a follow. Obviously, feel free to keep watching. Feel free to join the Discord. But yeah, hopefully you're all doing good there watching this race. As Dom and Merc. Merc is just in behind in the Alfa Romeo now. So again, I'll just give you a quick little gather around what this is. 100% tier, realistic cars. So it's not equal performance. So the Williams are in the real Williams cars. Beast is in the real Red Bull. Mr. Poem is in the real Alfa Romeo car. And they're all performing at that level as well. And this is a mixture, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 drivers. Oh, what's going on further back? Speedy Bullet has retired, I think, on track. So that will be a penalty going his way. I think he's done that in qualifying as well, by the way. As Doug has also lost his front wing. How is that? That's not a safety car. For the first time, we've had a front wing damage that's not resulted in a safety car. Okay. So I wonder now, is that the end of the safety cars according to the game? Either way, let's go with this again. And also giving you a rundown of what's been happening in the race. So, Beast got pole position. Amazing lap. He actually got the exact same lap time as Hazer, who is now down in P13. Hazer did overtake Beast on lap 1. Link's piece qualified Link in P3. Link's piece is now down in P15. But they have both pitted since the last safety car. So they have fresher tyres than everyone else on the track. Doug also now deciding to pit. But it's these three drivers here, Panther, Bolt and Beast. They are running away. The issue is they have got significantly older tyres as Coffee is round. What's happened to the Alpine now? Either way, he is round perhaps 15 laps on his hard tyres when he shouldn't be gone just yet. And I think he should really be able to get quite close to the end on those tyres. But either way, he is back underway. Let's go back towards Merc up the front, battling with Dom and Mr. Poem. This is to get himself into P4. I get the impression that Mr. Poem may not challenge his teammate much, knowing Merc is on the fresher tyres. And that gap, we'll try and watch that gap between Merc and let's say Link's piece as well. Because Link's on those fresh medium tyres we want to watch. But here comes a chance for Merc. Mr. Poem effectively moving out of the way, making sure Dom doesn't get the slipstream. Merc getting the slipstream from Poem. But Poem, well, there you go. Dom has gone through. Mr. Poem is allowing Merc to get the move as well. Or is he? They're going side by side. But yeah, Merc does go through into turn one. So Merc now has got Dom up ahead. Quite amazing, these guys battling side by side throughout corners. But yeah, earlier on though, we did see Hazer and Link's piece going pretty much an entire lap side by side. It was quite incredible how they were able to do it, especially through into sectors 1 and 2. And they were still trying to keep close, nose to tail in sector 3 as well. But yeah, Link's piece and Hazer, they'll be ones to watch from P13 and P14 now. Do not discount them from a strong result, even if there's not another safety car. Anyways, back to the action. Let's see, Hazer's now made a move. That's on Brewdog, who is not in the race. That's why his car is ghosted, unfortunately. I think he was having some connection issues. But now back to this one with Coffee going down the inside on Big Cactus. Oh, what's happened there? Either way, Coffee has gone down the inside. And here comes Hazer with the greater grip. Has Hazer got the move? So close. And through goes the AlphaTauri into the top 10. Goes Hazer on the soft tyres. Can he get them to the end? Surely that is an impossible task. Into the pits goes Mr. Poem. But Hazer on those soft tyres has started to make them work. And into 9th place now he goes. Next up for him will be Elise Christie. But Hazer not pitting under the safety car. That really may have impacted him heavily. Same with Link's piece. Neither of those two drivers boxed under the safety car. They actually pitted as soon as the safety car went in. Hazer went in. And then a lap later, Link's piece went in. And they were leading the race with Black Panther and Rusted Bolt. So, really, I mean, they may have cost themselves a strong result. But either way, those top three still need to pit. Rusted Bolt, Black Panther, and UFRL Beast. And still, Beast, I've got to say. An absolutely brilliant job Beast has done, though. I don't think he's ever got a UFRL pole until tonight. And he's been here since, what, Season 2, Season 3? So, yeah, brilliant stuff from him to be up there. Let's go back here towards Merc. Challenging with Dom. I think he should get the move on Dom. But I am actually going to move away because the Williams go side by side. And here comes the Red Bull of Beast as well. Black Panther has held onto it and overtaking Bolt. Merc goes through on Dom. And into the top 4 the Alfa Romeo goes. These two look like the favourites for the win if there's no more safety cars. If there's no more safety cars. Beast goes off track. Will this be a safety car? He needs to get himself back onto the track. And will he do it before a safety car gets called out? I think he will. Has he got damage as well? Has he lost his front wing? It doesn't look like it. No, it looks all clear from what I'm seeing. But that was worrying signs there. But it is advantage to Merc and Dom, who are starting to close the gap as well now. 1.6 seconds. Make it 1.5 seconds to the top two. This is a massive opportunity for Merc and Dom. Yellow flags further back. And it's a safety car. What's happened? It's Mr. Poem has lost his wing. It's the third time he's lost his wing tonight. Has he got cramp again in his toe? Oh, hello. Okay, now I'm wondering. Is that Mrs. Poem or is that... Because I know Willie Fernandez also goes on to that as well. But I'm presuming it's Mrs. P. Right, let's see. But yeah, Mr. Poem is really struggling with something. I'm not sure what exactly he's struggling with. Is it a cramp again, though? That's the question. Because he did have cramp earlier in his toe. And by the way, he's trying to drive. It wouldn't surprise me if that's the same issue. If I'm honest, if I'm completely honest, I do think these guys in the front may have missed a trick. I think they maybe should have pitted then. I'm only saying that because, look, Black Panther behind them, he's on fresh, hard tyres. They will comfortably go to the end 10 laps fresher than the top three. As Mr. Poem unsurprisingly retires in the pit lane. Certainly didn't enjoy this race, it's fair to say that. But yeah, again, Now, I think of before the safety car, for me the favourites were Merc and Dom. Now, I think the favourite, oh, I'd like to say the favourite is Black Panther, but then, I mean, Lynx has been very quick this race. But then you got these guys. You got Rusted Bolt, you got Hazer, both on fresh, soft tyres. If softs can get you to the end, then they are in a position to push for the win as well. If they could do 20 laps on those soft tyres to get you to the end, it won't be easy though. It will not be easy. It'll be interesting though. The strategy really crucial in this 100% tier. And they're all proving it. Especially Hazer and Lynx when they went for that late pit stop, shall I say. When the safety car came into the pits, they both opted to pit, which was very strange. I was surprised they didn't decide to pit before the safety car came in, but there you go. It's almost like an AI decision, that one. You know, when the AI just, if you play career mode, for example, and you pit under the safety car, 1 lap later when the safety car comes into the pit, the AI all go in because that's the lap they're meant to pit. It kind of feels a bit like that, but they weren't AI, Hazer and Lynx, so I don't know exactly why they didn't want to pit under the safety car. Maybe they had their decision made beforehand, but I don't know. Either way, it would be very interesting to know why Hazer and Lynx waited until the safety car was called in until they made a pit stop. And effectively, that may also cost them. That may cost them a podium, a race win. Hazer, battling for the championship with Merc, can't really afford these sort of things. But either way, I think we'll be going on this lap. And fingers crossed that was the last safety car. That will mean 20 laps of racing. Well, 19 laps of racing, actually. But yeah, very interesting what they were deciding to do there. Hazer and Lynx in particular. And as you can see, since then, Lynx Piece has stayed out on his mediums, whereas Hazer boxed for fresh, soft tyres. Alessi Christie's penalty also is 3 seconds, so it's not that important to go to that really. But yeah, 3-second penalty for Alessi Christie in the Aston Martin in P12. Everyone else is clear to go. Got 14 drivers here, 19 laps remaining, and Merc goes off, and it's go, go, go once more. Going slow. Was Black Panther, was that? Black Panther, what's he doing? They're all doing it. And Brewdog as well goes to the pits. That's just AI. There you go, AI things. Black Panther's into the pits. And Big Cactus gets a 3-second penalty. I thought Black Panther was favourite to win. Maybe I'm wrong. Hazer makes a move on PRV Widget and up into the top 6. I mean, they all must be driving a Ferrari because they are doing Ferrari strategy calls round here. There is no chance any of these are driving a Red Bull or a Mercedes, because they're not making those strategy calls. This is a Ferrari strategy call from all of these drivers. Either way, though, Hazer has made that move back towards it with Rusted Bolt now. And it's really, really challenging here with Lynx Piece. Lynx Piece also pushing SR Racing to the limit. Is he pushing him so much? Yes, he is. Round a bit of turn 9. Lynx Piece has got the move. SR Racing loses out to Bolt. Both Lynx and Bolt going through. Side by side. Bolt and Lynx. Oh, they make contact. And off track goes both of them. I think one of them just outbroke themselves ever so slightly. That caused the contact there. They could easily go through there cleanly. But the result of that is that both have lost ground. And there you go, the Alpine of... Whoa, guys, calm it down. Why are you losing front wing there? I mean, that's no surprise it's a virtual safety car. I thought that may have been a full course. As SR Racing has retired also on track. So that's another retirement on track. Some people just need to relax a little bit though. I don't know what on earth was going on there.